Welcome to a new update today on this Sunday, and in this update we'll be discussing whether we're going to have a bear market, whether we are still or are actually in one, and whether we're going to continue to watch 20k or how long is this going to last. That is the topic for today, but before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and also do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content on the cryptocurrency markets if you are interested in my vision and my technical analysis on price action or my macroeconomic view on the cryptocurrency markets. And when we actually are discussing the fact of a bear market, we are also going to do that tomorrow. As tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central European time, we're going to kick off with the live streams once again. I'll be back, and my ultimate goal is to do it twice a week, but for now we're going to do it one time every week on Monday. You can tune in and I'll be live 60 to 90 minutes to actually answer all the questions, to discuss news, to discuss TA, all the stuff that is important that we're going to cover in that live stream. Now, the ultimate question becomes right here whether we are in a bear market. And I think that most of the people are too much focused on the actual name of the bear market, because although we are in a bear market, which technically it is, as we have been correcting with approximately 40%, you can actually claim that that is a correction or a heavy one. You could also claim that that is a recession, potentially, even if you call it into economic ways. So yes, we could be saying that it's a bear market already, as the price has been dropping down, but not on everything has been dropping down. Some altcoins have been making new all-time highs, so the complexity of the actual market has increased. And what does it matter naming it actually a bear market? Because the people that are shouting on social media and are roasting people for the fact that the prices are dropping down, which has been wrong, or people have been claiming that the market has been bottomed out. I've been saying that at 40k, or the bounce from 41k as well, and I still believe we are quite close. But the fact that you are naming something a bear market doesn't really change anything to your portfolio. It's how we are actually trading the markets. And then second, we're still in a period where we are seeing a lot of confusion, right? So there's a big group of bears which is currently getting bigger because of the fact that the markets have been dropping down. But then there's also the fact that we are getting a longer cycle or a lengthening cycle in which the markets have not been topped yet, but we're seeing a very harsh and heavy correction. And if you see some similarities in the previous cycles, we have also been seeing swift corrections in the cycle of 2013 and 2014, in which we've also been seeing a 40 to 50% correction. And actually in 2017, we've also been witnessing all those heavy corrections. So the fact that we are dropping down with Bitcoin is normal. We've had those corrections all the time. We've also been seeing a run from 3k to 60k within approximately a year. So having a period of consolidation is quite fine. I'm actually shouting for a longer cycle, as it makes the markets more complex, and therefore it can make or give you, if you are busy with the markets 24/7 or at least full time, the edge you can make in the markets is becoming bigger. So it is not an easy market anymore where you can just put in some money and make it work like we have been seeing in 2017, but also last year. Becomes complex, becomes tricky, and that is actually a good thing for the markets. But are we in a bear market? I think that you should not be caring at all how it's named. I think you should be looking at levels of importance, and you should be combining it towards on-chain analysis and combining it towards sentiment. And that's what we're going to cover in the second part of this short update. The first thing we can look at when we're looking at a potential fact of a continuous bear market to be happening is the fact that the fear and greed index is currently hitting rocket numbers, as we've been hitting the number of 10, which is the lowest we have been hitting since the actual crash in May and July, in which the markets were also surrounded by a huge amount of fear across the markets. We've also been seeing the same numbers after the actual crash in March 2020, in which people were feared about the actual continuous downwards momentum of Bitcoin at that stage too. In this case, we've hit number 10, and yes, conclusion can be drawn that since November the actual fear was around in the markets already. However, what we continuously see right now is the fact that people are flipping from bull to bear, and a bull thesis is not anymore favored in the markets anymore. The bear thesis is getting way more favored in the market right now, through which that is usually a sign that we're getting to the ultimate lows, or we're getting close to it. Yes, Bitcoin can still drop another 10 to 15%, but we're getting close to the actual fact of a potential reversal, given the fact that the fear and greed index is getting so low that an actual bullish thesis is not standing around anymore. So the fear and greed index isn't something that is very simple to implement in any strategy. I think it's just an indicator that you can use, and based on that fact, hitting those rocket numbers or rocket lows, I think it's an actual argument to start looking for those heavy longs. And yes, I've been buying longs as well, and I'm underwater on those longs, but I'm building my position for the next run, which I'd rather be buying or starting to buy at 46k than that I'm buying at 60k, because some parabolic runs should be happening. So I'm just skating in and getting a nice average buy. So I'm building my position to be ready for the actual run that is still likely to come. The on-chain analysis is another one, and I'm only showing the long-term holder supply here, as the price action recently, or the drop down, has been giving signals that the long-term holder supply is grinding up a little. I've been stating this earlier on my channel as well. If the long-term holder supply starts to increase heavily, or at least go up, they are accumulating, and if it starts to drop, that is usually a signal that you should be cautious about the markets, given the fact that a drop of the long-term holder supply is usually indicating that we're getting close to a top, and in this case they are buying, as we can see that the long-term holder supply is crawling up instead of down. So when we're looking at the price action, definitely Bitcoin is dropping down. You should be aware that this one has been made yesterday evening. The price action has been showing weakness, and we're currently approaching a level of importance, given the fact that we've also been taking out the lows and have been hitting a lower level during the crash in May to July. Levels that I'm watching, I was watching 46k. Because we've lost that level, it ultimately changes to a resistance point, and if that is, well, it's the same importance, but if it breaks through 46k, that is a trigger for me to say, okay, we're definitely into a bull cycle once again. But right now we're approaching that heavy time frame support, which I've been indicating that if 46k is lost, I'm looking at the next one around 40 to 41k. That is where we're currently at. And I think that based on the fact that also the RSI is hitting rocket lows, the entire sentiment is hitting rocket lows, and the price action overall is hitting a heavy correction, that not only Bitcoin is seeing this, but multiple altcoins are following through with the sell-off right now too, is a case for me that we're getting close towards it. So are we in a bear market? Technically, we have been going down for 40% already. Technically, I would not be looking for shorts at all here. I'll be looking for longs, as I think that the RR for that is way better. I'm back tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe beneath, and have a wonderful Sunday.